Good day, brothers and sisters in Christ. Welcome to our Sunday reflection for the 15th Sunday of the year, C. The theme of our reflection is Overcoming Excuses. Go and do likewise. Luke chapter 10, verse 37. During one of the big three conferences held in World War II, American President Roosevelt and British Prime Minister Churchill were trying to persuade Soviet leader Stalin to agree with a proposed strategy. When Stalin explained his disagreement, it did not seem convincing. So they said to him, "That is no reason for your refusal." In response, Stanley told them the story of two Arabs. One Arab asked his neighbor to lend him a rope. The neighbor replied, "I can't. I need it to tie my camel." The Arab then reminded his neighbor that he did not own a camel, to which he replied, "I know that. But when you don't want to lend your rope, one excuse is as good as any other." Perhaps the most common reason for failing to act is making excuses. Our readings challenge this attitude. In the first reading, Moses tells the people that they have no excuse for not keeping the law. It is not a complicated formula designed by God to trick them. It is concrete, immediate, and obvious. They have talked about it enough, but have not acted. In our second reading, St. Paul reminds us that in becoming a man, Jesus revealed the compassionate image of God for us to imitate. In our gospel reading, Jesus makes it clear that those who love God with their whole being will demonstrate that by caring for those in need. Our readings are relevant because we often complicate things and then come up with excuses for not fulfilling God's will for us. We have no reason not to be compassionate, since it is the goal and mark of holiness. Why did Jesus tell the parable of the Good Samaritan? God gave 10 commandments to Moses, but by the time of Jesus, these had been multiplied to 613 laws. Therefore, there was a need for a summary statement that captures them. This is called a yoke, which every rabbi strives to present. The most well-known yoke is that of Rabbi Hillel, which states, "Do not do unto others what you will not want done to you." The lawyer wanted to know Jesus' yoke. Instead of giving him a statement, he shared a parable featuring the most iconic character of any story, the Good Samaritan. However, Jesus adds a twist to the story. Jews considered Samaritans outcasts. As a result, the lawyer can only identify with the injured man and not the Samaritan. Putting himself in the place of the person in need, on the side of the road, neglected by the priest and Levite, under the guise of obeying the law, helps him appreciate the compassion involved in being cared for, even by an enemy. A thought-provoking question for our reflection is, will the injured man pay forward the compassion he received? Maybe not. Why do we find acting compassionately difficult? Our culture values self-reliance and celebrates the self-made individual who succeeded without needing help from anyone. We strive to become such people, and when we succeed, we forget the help we received along the way because it will almost be a sin to remember that we were once weak, in need of help, understanding, and compassion. Mike Mike challenged this attitude, and I quote, "The myth of the self-made person is so ridiculous that it shouldn't require shattering. While I don't question for a moment legendary success, I do question whether he said success was solely a matter of self. Behind every success are significant investments and contributions by some, if not all, the following people: family, friends, associates, protagonists, antagonists, advisors, teachers, authors, mentors, coaches, and the list goes on. End of quote. We often find a convenient excuse for not helping others because we believe we have reached our current position in life through hard work and dedication alone, without any outside support. There is no greater falsehood than that. Once we were the person in the ditch, and now we could be the Good Samaritan. How do we respond to those in need of our help? Do we judge them, ignore them, or assist them? This week I want you to do the following. Number one, think of someone who has acted as a Good Samaritan in your life. Send them a thank you card. Secondly, I want you to pay it forward. Pay attention to anyone who might need assistance. Lend them a hand. It's as simple as that. Have a blessed week.